All right, what's up, guys? My name is fucking Travis. I mean Travis. Excuse me for swearing. Um, and I'm here with my good friend, my favorite reviewer of films on YouTube, Robbie W.
Hello.
Webster, the man. And we're going to
Alright.
talk about a movie that we were both very excited to see this summer. I don't know if Robbie agrees, but it was probably, I mean, besides like the big fucking, sorry, big superhero movies, it's probably my most anticipated. I don't know about most anticipated, but it was definitely the movie I was most curious to see. What about you, Robbie?
Yeah, I thought it looked pretty funny. I was excited to see it.
Yeah, and there was a lot of controversy and stuff surrounding it, which was interesting to watch and pretty fun. But yeah, for the most part, it looked really awesome. And what did you think of it, Robbie? Did you think it was awesome after seeing it?
Um, Not really. It was sporadically funny, but it wasn't as funny as I thought it would be.
Yeah, yeah, I guess I kind of disagree. I thought it was really awesome. Um, but yeah, so you had never seen the original Ghostbusters before this, right, Robbie?
No, I'm ashamed to say I have not seen it.
Yeah, that's interesting. So how do you think that affected you watching the new one?
A lot because there were cameos and then some jokes, like a lot of nostalgic throwbacks to the first one that I didn't really pick up on. Um, yeah, I feel like I would have enjoyed it more if I'd seen the first one.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I assume that a lot of people have seen Ghostbusters. So if you haven't seen the original Ghostbusters, um, they might not have that same flair as the original, which is really interesting. What did you? What were your overall thoughts about the movie, Robbie?
I thought that when it was funny, it was really funny. Like I thought that Kate McKinnon was really funny. I thought that Leslie Jones was really funny and Chris Hemsworth was too. But I don't know. I didn't think that a lot of the jokes were very funny. It was entertaining, but I was expecting a little more from it.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
What did you think of Chris Hemsworth? He was fucking hilarious, or he was hilarious.
I thought he was hilarious.
Yeah.
He got most of the laughs from me.
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder. I wonder. I laughed throughout the whole entire movie. Did you not? I liked one of my favorite parts of the movie is as soon as Kristen Wiig first discovers or like that the ghost inside that mansion or whatever, and they make that YouTube video, and she's like, "Ghosts are real, ghosts are real, ghosts are real." It's fucking hilarious.
And then I like the after credits. I almost was the same by Chris Hemsworth dancing. That was funny.
Yeah.
Should have put that in the
Awesome.
actual movie.
I mean, it was in the actual movie.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, yeah, that's interesting. You like all of Paul Feig's movies though before this?
Yeah, I really liked Bridesmaids. I thought Spy was funny, and I thought The Heat was. I didn't like The Heat, but yeah, I think he's a good director.
Yeah. What did you think of like the action in this movie? Because personally, I thought like the movie for anyone who hasn't seen it yet should be like seen in 3D.
Yeah,
Like,
the 3D was pretty cool. I'm not usually huge on 3D for most movies,
yeah,
but and the sci-fi action. I thought the third act had a lot of CGI, but I thought the action was well done.
yeah. The third act kind of sucked.
You did?
Yeah, I thought so. Like the CGI was really awesome, but uh, I don't know if I really liked a lot of the stuff that
Like
was
the
going
third
on.
act, the third act was filled with CGI, kind of overbearing, but it was pretty
Yeah,
cool. It was well done.
yeah, and I liked. I mean, let's just spoil the movie. Like, who's gonna watch this?
Yeah.
But like, I loved the last. You know, when she goes and saves um, Melissa McCarthy, Kristen Wiig does. She like goes into that ghost world thing.
I don't remember that part.
You don't remember the ending?
No. Oh wait, no, never mind. When she, okay, I know what you're talking
You know,
about.
when she like attaches the bungee cord and stuff to her.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I remember that.
that was cool.
I like the part where like all like three of them are under the what's the big marshmallows guy name again or whatever?
Stay Puff.
Yeah, like when like through like was it Kristen Wiig that saved them?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting. I'm curious. But do you think like as an action movie, like it's a pretty great movie? Like it's not like super funny like Bridesmaids. I would agree with that. But like I mean, I would say it's just as funny, if not, it's definitely funnier than any Marvel movie. And I mean, the action is just as good as any Marvel movie.
Yeah, as an action movie, I wouldn't say it. I'd pretty much say the same thing as I said about the movie itself. But um, I thought the comedy, like when it worked, was the best aspect of the movie because of the four leads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. So would you be like excited to see a sequel?
Oh yeah, if the four leads return, I think that'd be really cool. Like they could improve on this one. They could probably make an awesome movie.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
So would you agree that the best part of the movie is like the new cast?
Yeah, the cat. I thought the four leads worked really well together, and they brought a lot
Yeah,
of laughs to the table.
yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that's why I think everyone enjoy. Like my theater, I don't know about yours, they went freaking crazy. Like the
Yeah,
whole entire, like they were that. I keep thinking back about the movie, and I'm kind of like with you. Like I don't know if the movie was that funny, but like everyone like was going crazy over the jokes in that movie.
yeah. Every time something to like refer to the first one happened, like the cameos,
Yeah,
my audience went crazy over that. And then, as I told you last night, like the scene with Kate McKinnon, like where she was kicking ass, I think they went
yeah.
crazy at that scene too.
Were they like clapping and shit?
Yeah, like they were all like wooing, like they were all really excited. And yeah, they were clapping. They loved it.
Yeah. There's people clapping like all the time throughout the movie, in my
Yeah, no,
opinion.
my audience loved it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I think that the movie is so awesome. I've seen the first one and the second one, and I think that it's a really good reboot because uh, it's Ghostbusters is like one of those types of stories that um, kind of stays relevant. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
the original Ghostbusters is a lot the same as this first one, as this new one. It's like about like working class dudes. Like Bill Murray's character in that movie is like not a scientist or anything. He's just like a dude who does like odd jobs and he's like friends with scientists.
So like,
He's like Leslie Jones's character basically, but
yeah, yeah,
mixed with Kristen Wiig's character. Like it's kind of interesting. But anyways, yeah, it's just like dudes, and I think this movie is like the same thing, but it's just like just chicks, you know?
yeah, yeah. I wasn't huge on the movie, but I definitely don't think it's like bad enough to receive all the hate it's gotten. Like that's crazy. Like
Yeah,
all the hate
yeah.
it's received. Yeah, did you hear about like what's happening with Wesley Jones on Twitter?
No, what's happening with that?
Like, she's getting a lot of like hate tweets and like racist tweets and like she's been like standing up for herself, and like there's a hashtag, like I don't know what it's because I think it's like stand like I don't know what it is, but yeah, like she's getting a lot of hate tweets right now.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, but yeah, like I'm gonna rewatch the movie once I've seen the first two because I think I'll
Yeah,
enjoy it more after that. It was my
yeah,
fault, huh?
yeah. I think it will, and because even when I think about it, like even Ghostbusters is kind of like it's one of those movies that's like so weird. It's not. It's like just weird enough that you kind of have to like grasp the concept a little bit, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like I could see that movie being like a movie that a lot of people the first time they see it they would be like, I don't really get it, but then getting it later.
yeah.
But yeah,
And what do you think? And what do you think of Paul Feig's other movies?
Bridesmaids. The first time I watched it, I was like, whatever, but like it's like grown on me tons. I think it's such a good movie, like one of the best comedies. Mainly
Yeah,
not, I mean, mainly because of Kristen Wiig. I think she's so awesome in that movie. Um, and then Spy was funny, and The Heat. I don't even remember.
yeah, yeah. Brides. I same thoughts with Bridesmaids. When I first saw it, I wasn't huge on it, but I've seen it more now. I've come to enjoy it more. And then
Yeah,
Spy was really funny. I wasn't big on the Heat, but yeah, a lot of people were. So
yeah. I definitely wanna check out Spy again too. I think that Jason Statham is so funny in that movie.
yeah, he's amazing in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think the one of my biggest problems with the Ghostbusters movie though is that it's not rated R.
yeah.
I
I know
mean,
what you
it's
mean.
it's not like a bad thing. Like it's not a fault against the movie. Like it'd be better, but so much of like Paul Feig's humor like depends on saying the F bomb.
Yeah. And like most of McCarthy and Paul Feig, like all their collaborations, this is their fourth one, I'm pretty sure. Like
Yeah.
all the other ones were rated R, and like I think that sort of like you could tell that like as people have been saying, you could tell that like her and Kristen Wiig were kind of holding back because they're used to like R humor. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
yeah, I think the only reason why it wasn't rated R though is that some kids would go see it. But
Yeah, which is good. I mean, and it's definitely there was like little girls in uh the theater that I when I went and saw the movie, and I mean I
yeah,
think that's probably part of like why I'm so pro this movie is like you know there's not really any movies for like girls to be like, oh sweet freaking girls, and this is like basically like an Avengers for like you know
yeah,
like that girls can enjoy too. Not that they can't enjoy Avengers, but I
yeah,
mean, it's different seeing Kate McKinnon, do like badass stuff instead of seeing Iron Man do badass stuff for like the third time, you know?
yeah. Like I see why it was rated PG-13, but I think that like with everyone involved, it could have worked better as R. But yeah, I
And,
mean, I understand why it was PG-13 though. So
yeah, I mean, Paul Feig might have been. Yeah, I mean, and there's still like some hilarious parts though. I mean, that he got out of him.
and there were definitely some big laughs throughout. Like Chris Hemsworth was hilarious. He was
Uh,
hysterical, and Leslie
uh,
Jones was really funny too. So
Freaking Chris Hemsworth when he's making the logo
yeah,
and the hot dog one.
yeah. And then and then Michael Hat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can I bring my cat? Who?
yeah,
No, my cat is my dog.
yeah,
Dude. Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be like any Paul Feig movie. I think that the movie is gonna get better with time because those jokes, they like
yeah,
all the jokes in those movies, like they stick with you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like a lot of
Like
jokes in movies, they're like really funny in the moment, or they only work when you're watching the movie. But Paul Feig movies are the type of movies that you can like quote, like with your friends and stuff.
Yeah, like Jason Statham in Spy was really quotable.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good with those kind of characters.
And I always think about like in fucking Bridesmaid when Kristen Wiig like goes to the jewelry store. You know what part I'm talking about? Or
I
like
know.
when she works at the store or whatever, and she like calls that girl or whatever like the c word.
Yeah, I think I remember what you're talking about. I just haven't seen the movie
Yeah,
in a while. Yeah,
yeah,
the Bridesmaid is hilarious.
yeah.
Yeah, and then what did you think of Kristen Wiig in Ghostbusters?
Oh, she. I mean, maybe I'm totally biased because I just think she's like one of my favorite actresses. But yeah, she was awesome in this movie.
Yeah, like I thought she was funny, but I like she and like as far as comedians go, I say she's probably my favorite of the four leads. But
Yeah.
in the movie, I'd probably say she was my least favorite character because like I mean
Mhm.
she was funny, but I probably laughed more at the other three leads. But,
Yeah, I agree. Her character isn't the funniest character in the movie, but
yeah,
yeah, I still laughed a ton at her. I love
yeah,
the like when she's running around the city and stuff, like all paranoid.
oh yeah,
I love that scene.
yeah. And the scene in the trailer where like Melissa McCarthy gets possessed and like she's trying to throw Kate McKinnon out the window and Wesley Jones just comes in and is like, "The power of pain compelled you."
Yeah,
That scene kills me every time. I love that movie.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It was funny because every time I watch that in that trailer or whatever, like the two trailers for Ghostbusters or whatever, like I laughed every single time I saw the same jokes over and over. And then
yeah,
I laughed again in the movie, probably even harder. It was
yeah,
awesome. Like,
yeah. I
yeah,
think we were. I think we were one of the few people that liked the trailers though, because those got a lot of hate. I thought the trailers were funny. So
yeah. I mean, I think that a lot of the hate is towards other things, just because one, admittedly, like the original Ghostbusters movie is still really hilarious and it still really holds up. So I can see why people didn't want to see it remade.
yeah,
Uh, and the other thing is like you do have to admit that there is kind of like a weird sexist thing where freaking guys didn't want like Ghostbusters to be women, or like a lot of people
yeah,
thought that was like not a cool thing.
yeah, yeah. Like Wesley Jones, like she's been getting like her last tweet is like really sad. Like it said, like, should I read it to you?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, hang on. I just had it. Okay, yeah. Says I leave Twitter tonight with tears and a very sad heart. All this because I did a movie. You can hate the movie, but the shit I got today, wrong. And she got like so much hate, dude. It was really kind of it was really mean.
that's fucking stupid. And I honestly think she's probably my favorite character in the movie.
Yeah, she's definitely mine too.
Yeah,
Like the hate this movie has received is like really like undeserving. Like
yeah,
God,
it's so weird.
yeah, like I mean, people against it, like as you said, like I can see why people wouldn't want it. But like this movie has gotten like way too much and way too harsh of hate. Like people aren't even giving it a chance.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
I can understand why you could come out of that movie and say, "Hey, I didn't like the movie," because admittedly, it is kind of like a pretty average action movie and a pretty good comedy kind of mended together, like with a really
yeah,
awesome cast.
yeah, yeah. It's a weird movie, but yeah, it doesn't
But
deserve the
like,
hate.
yeah, I mean, I could understand why, but you have to like be coming from a place of like some real critical thinking to hate the movie. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
you kind of have to be like a movie snob to hate it.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's really harmless. Like
yeah,
I don't
it's
see anything to hate about it.
exactly. I mean, honestly, I think it's just as good, if not a little better than any Avengers movie that's come out. Well, actually, that's a lie. Any as good as about most Avengers movies besides I don't know. I'll think about that. It's pretty good though. It's up there. Like it's the same type of movie. Would you agree?
Huh?
Like, wouldn't you agree? It's like kind of like the same type of movie as like Ant-Man or something like that. Like Ant-Man didn't have amazing action, but like it was like really funny. Like Paul Rudd and
Yeah,
all those
yeah,
guys were like comedians. Like Ghostbusters to me feels exactly like uh, the same type of movie Ant-Man is, or like Iron Man 3 or something. You know?
yeah. Like the action in Ant Man, like I mean, it's pretty forgettable action, but yeah, the comedy is really good in it. Like Paul Rudd is great in it, so
Yeah.
yeah,
And
I
it's
can
like
see that though.
it's the same type of like they do like the improv, take a lot of takes and stuff,
Yeah, yeah,
and then they take the best joke out of there, and then they have an action movie too.
yeah.
So, anyways, overall thoughts for Ghostbusters. It wasn't too awesome, but you think it might get better later.
Yeah, like it had some really great moments. Like there's no denying that. Sorry, denying that. But yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
huge on it, but I'll definitely give it another shot after I've seen previous two.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And for me, I thought it was really awesome, but I really wanted it to be awesome too. So I don't know if that changes anything. But yeah, it's probably the funnest movie that's come out this summer so far. Um, would you agree with that?
yeah,
I
it was
haven't seen a
really
lot this summer though.
it was entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, it's not as awesome as like Captain America: Civil War, but it is awesome though. Okay, do you want to give it like a rating?
yeah. For now, until I'll rewatch it, but for now, I'd say 2.5 out of 5.
Okay, cool. And I would say like a really strong 4 out of 5.
Sweet.
All right, dude. Uh, this was awesome.
Yeah. Thanks for. Yeah, thanks, dude.
Yeah. Um, maybe you'll see another review from us later. Uh, shout out the squad. Should we shout out the squad?
Sure. Yeah.
Shout out the squad. Fucking Jack. I know he's watching this shit. Devin. I know he's watching it. Uh, Andrew. He might watch this. Uh, who else should we shout? Connor. Connor. He's gonna watch this. Um, who else should we shout out?
Uh, we got Andrew, Connor, Jack, Devin. Is there anyone else?
Uh,
I don't think.
squad. Jeremy. He might watch this. Oh, Will. Will watch this. Uh, all my homies will watch this. Shout out my mom. Shout out my dad. Shout out fucking Kim Kardashian.